This is Tales of Swordfall.
Episode 26, Treasure Trove.
Okay, Rain's going to at least see what's in the glass cases, just see what they do.
You see, a sword, that does, literally lights people on fire. Uh,
Rain is she's contemplating about this.
you see a few magical rings that have various effects. One makes you invisible, the other changes the weather, another, apparently stores your soul if you die with it on.
Huh. Rain is going to try to steal the fire sword. Because, yeah, that sounds like something she would do.
And does Norik notice Rayanne trying to steal this fire sword?
Along with the invisibility ring.
Okay, are you trying to be stealthy about this?
Yes.
Give me a stealth roll.
So, ha!
Ooh.
No,
I
Norik.
am a ninja.
Unfortunately, Norik, with that natural 20, she just rolled.
Oh, yeah.
You're probably more worried about Tyrker in his quest of finding whatever, because Tyrker's being careful, but he's opening cupboards, and he seems to be a person on the quest. And Khalees finally realized she was in something, and she's starts instantly going for the leather chairs and is like, I'm gonna rip up some leather chairs.
Yeah, and Norik's gonna just chase after Khalees and no, stop! You're ruining everything. And he's gonna be really. I don't really like him anyway, but he's still gonna be really mad, and I don't want to.
You know what?
I think Norik's attention is just too divided amongst everybody, just poking through all these personal belongings, and he doesn't even notice Rayanne just swiping stuff.
While Rayanne's at it, she's also getting that ring that controls weather.
You might as well just take all of it, right?
Yeah. You know what? Forget it. She's taking it all.
Okay.
This is her new house.
It was the Cobalt's fault.
Let's first go with Tyrker. Tyrker, you do find a very nicely decorated jar that is closed shut. It seems to be sealed shut to keep out moisture. And when you open it, just that mushroom smell just pops out. And you have found a good stash of what you were looking for.
I will take everything out of the jar, except for one, and put them in my little mushroom patch. I'll leave one. And then, if I've collected any gold in the meantime, I'll put it all in there. But I don't think we got paid that much. What did the fake Auster pay us? Not much.
Not much. I think you guys got bought off by 5 gold or something.
I believe most people took it was 50, and most of us took half at the beginning.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was 25, and then he was like, yeah, 25, and you have to buy your own supplies.
Yeah.
So
Not a good deal.
So Yeah. Nort, give me an animal handling check.
I always do terrible on these things. Yeah, there we go. Terrible.
You're not stopping Khalees. She is
Ah,
she is adamant at making her own little nest out of this dude's couch.
yeah, Norik's just
Right.
trying to sort of round her up, but him, her, I don't remember what Khalees is. Either
Rain's
way.
just kind of whispering, like, to herself, "At a girl."
And Norik's just, and every time he goes to grab Khalees like turns around and does a swipe and a little growl, and Norik's like, don't scratch me.
Yeah, she's probably like actually playing with you. She's like, haha, this game is fun. I have razor sharp. Well, she doesn't have razor
Beak
sharp
claws.
claws. Yeah,
Beaks though. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. Like, have you ever played with a baby bird and it just has its like beak open, like
Yeah.
following you? That.
Ash, yeah, you're like in this house, you're looking around, you see stuff from your home country. You do see things that you suspect are magic items, but since you don't really have detective magic going on, you don't really know. Um, you can hear Tyrker in the house looking for something. You can hear the baby owlbear and Nork either playing or struggling, and you don't hear Rayanne at all. Like
That
she,
worries me
yeah.
most of all.
Uh,
Oh, go ahead.
oh no, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, Ash is tempted, but he's not a thief, so he's just kind of shake his head, and he's more worried about people making a bunch of noise, and so he's gonna go walk to just outside the door and keep watch, just kind of making sure nothing gets the drop on us.
Okay, give me a perception check.
All right. Oh.
So you see in the distance on the next hill. You're not quite sure what it is. It isn't a full-size human form, but there's something keeping an eye on this house.
Uh-oh. Can I tell if they've seen me?
Yeah. The two glass lenses that are reflecting in the mid-morning sun kind of clue you off that they might have binoculars.
Oh. Seeing that, Ash is gonna duck back inside the house and say, "Hey, we got company. Someone's watching us."
And probably the first one you see is probably Nork and Khalees.
And Norik just looks up at him and is like, all right, everybody, let's go.
And this is when we pan back to Rayanne.
Mm-hmm.
So Rayanne, all these glass not caskets. All these glass cases have keyholes in them.
Mm-hmm.
You can either try to pick the locks or try that key again.
She's trying the key again.
You're finding that these locks just open for this key. You know, first the top or whatever surface that has the keyhole, like, does that funny like vibration thing and just kind of like becomes invisible, and then you unlock it and it becomes visible again. It's kind of nice, and you just start swiping all this stuff from the glass cases.
I imagine her just shoving everything in her pockets, just no matter how absurdly, big they are or whatever.
So, are you just looting the room?
She is cautiously looting the room, though.
All right.
She's not going to fill it with things like the infinite water jug. That's just ridiculous.
At some point, just water starts sloshing out of one of the pockets. Yeah.
Yeah, Rayan doesn't need that. She knows that much.
So this is probably about the point where you hear Ash and Norik talk about someone might be watching them.
Alright, after grabbing all the rings and that sword, she goes sneaking in to kind of listen.
Tirker, you've found your mushrooms. You found that puzzle piece.
Yep.
Anything else on your agenda?
Mm-mm. I am going to investigate the company that we have.
Yep, and yeah, you've probably heard the news too that someone is watching you.
Yeah, Norik shouted it out to.
Yep. And
I
give
think
me
Norik and Ash did.
give me a perception check. I probably should say a name. Tirker, give me a perception check.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Cool. You also see the reflection off of some binoculars.
Okay.
And then you hear a large, maybe an explosion.
Explosions are good.
And let's see. What's your AC?
16.
After that explosion, a bolt of pain comes into your shoulder. And you take 7 piercing damage.
Ow. Okay.
I'm guessing everyone probably heard that.
Yes, everyone heard the sound of a rifle, which is pretty rare in these parts, but
Norik's gonna shout out, "Are we under attack?"
thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you enjoyed, and let's say our goodbyes.
Hey, I'm Gats Righteous. I was playing Tirker Floki-san. Thanks for tuning in to another adventure of Tales of Swordfall. Thanks, Paul, and everybody for playing as well. I've got a few things D&D related. If you're interested in some darker stuff, I have a game called Bane of Ancients, or Bane of the Ancients. You can find the videos for that on the Gats Righteous YouTube channel, as well as Bane of D&D. In addition, I also play with Paul in another game called Heroes of Old, which is every Friday at 8 p.m. Pacific, live streaming on the Band of the Hawk Gaming YouTube channel and Twitch. You can find all those videos and more on the Band of the Hawk YouTube channel, and you can find all this and Tales of Swordfall stuff on bandofthehawkgaming.com.
And I'm Guy, YouTube channel, That Guy Who Can't Sing. Twitter, just Guy Who Can't Sing. And I've been playing Norik Baltspur, the halfling monk, who is he's getting a little bit snarky towards his party members and sort of half trust them, half doesn't. So anyway, I've had a really good time playing, and I will see you all next time.
Alright, and I am there in Butterfly. I was playing Rayanne, and yeah, no one can trust Rayanne for good reason. But anyway, you can catch me on Twitter at BRYRDMButterfly or YouTube, which is Very Random Butterfly. I do art stuff, gaming stuff, and everything in between.
I'm Ammon. You can find me on Twitter at D&D Geologist. I tweet about a lot of things, but mostly D&D. Come hang out.
And I'm Paul. I am the DM. Thank you for listening to Tales of Swordfall. If you enjoyed what you heard, if you're on YouTube, Subscribe, like us. Yeah, subscribe and like and share. If you're on Anchor, they just started up a program where you can actually hit the donation button and we can be listener powered. They have pledges as little as 99 cents a month, and basically any money that you give to this program goes back into the podcast, and yeah, it helps. Also, if you want to spend money in different ways, we have a Zazzle shop, which we're selling cool designs of both our Swordfall logo and a few other generic role-playing logos. And also, we're at coffee.com, where you can buy us a coffee. Other than that, we're on Anchor, we're on Stitcher, we're on Spotify. We're on a whole bunch of different podcasting websites, and where you can just subscribe to us. It helps us out a lot. Anyways, I'm going to cut this a little short, and thank you much for listening, and I hope you all have a nice time of day that you're having. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Don't touch
Bye.
weird things.
Don't touch weird things.
Thank you for listening to Tales of Swordfall.
Please consider listening to these podcasts.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Where the Wild Things Roll. My name is John, and I will be your host and DM for this 5th edition actual play Dungeons & Dragons podcast set in the world of Ravarna. This podcast might be a tad different from others you've listened to. The two players will be my 12-year-old son, Kinnick, and my 10-year-old daughter, Kaylee, as they learn to play D&D through their very first campaign. We will pick up with our adventurers as they finish their time at Paduke's Adventurers Guild, as they take their practical exams in dungeoneering, magical beasts, weapons and armor, puzzle solving, diplomacy, history of the world, and magical cause and effect before they are set out into the world. Can our two adventurers pass their classes and become full-fledged members of the Adventurers Guild? You'll have to tune in and find out next time on Where the Wild Things Roll.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.